Welcome to the Spooner Ag Center Display Garden. My name is Susan. I'm a Master Gardener Volunteer, and this summer I've been working on plot number 3, which we have right here. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my thought process regarding planting this and things that lessons learned perhaps. All the plants in here, with the exception of these sad bean plants, are AAS plants, or All-American Selection plants. They were started at the UW-Madison campus and then trucked up here, and then we work with them and plant them. Once I was assigned a plot, I came out here and took a look, and I saw that it was a very large plot, or large to me anyhow. So I decided to divide it up into sections so that I could work the various sections without stepping on the actual planting area and compressing the soil. So all I did was rake out. This was newly tilled when I got here, so I just raked out some depressions in the soil, and I have an abundance of pine needles where I live, so I brought pine needles and laid them down, and they don't blow around or anything, they just form a mat, and it's a good use for your pine needles. The walkways here have worked well in terms of accessing the plants and weeding, watering. I needed the soil is very fine, so in the beginning of the season I needed to water and weed frequently. I would say probably 2 or 3 times a week, but later, now in the last month, 3 weeks or so, we've had a lot of rain, so it's taken actually less work this last month or so. I planted a variety of vegetables and flowers because I think it's visually appealing, and I thought it might attract pollinators. The things I would have done differently had I the opportunity to do this over, I would have researched the ultimate height that each plant would reach, and then I would have rearranged the plants in a different fashion. Maybe highlight these guys more. I love the way the leaves look on this kale. I specifically wanted to grow this lacinato, or dinosaur kale, and I also wanted to grow fennel. And the fennel is in the carrot family, and it's just a different, interesting vegetable. And the texture of the leaves, I think they're interesting. The other thing I would have done is mulched everything really well with something. There's a lot of leaves, a lot of weeds of great variety, and it takes a long time to weed this plot. The other thing the mulch would have helped with is a problem I see with this fennel. With the frequent rains, we've had a lot of splashing up on this bulb of the soil, and it's going to make the bulb a lot harder to clean before using it in any recipe. Usually you slice the bulb for recipes, but now I'm going to almost have to take it apart and cut it up. The last thing I'll talk to you about today is the hummingbird feeder. My husband had a large quantity of hummingbird feeders, and I had a friend tell me that you cannot have 2 hummingbird feeders in the same line of sight. So a colleague of mine has a hummingbird feeder in the children's garden. So I just said, I'll put one up. Let's see what the hummingbirds do. Well, they just go from one to the other and seem to enjoy themselves. I've also seen the hummingbirds in the perennial garden on a lot of these annual plants, and they're quite fun to watch here in the garden. So thank you for your interest, and have a great day.